you guys by saying, if you have a spouse or a significant other who is, involved in your life, give them the vision for this, because the fact that my husband has no idea what heat is, like, he'll probably end up taking it. All I had to tell him was, hey babe, we've got a product launch happening tonight. I'm going to need to be on that call. And he came home after working, a 14-hour day on the ranch, and just started cooking dinner. Like, I didn't need to ask him, because, he knows the vision. You guys, he might not be able to tell you anything about how to promote Thrive other than he takes his 3 steps every morning. Like, he has no clue how to log into his cloud office, like, not a clue, but he knows what's possible in this business. And so when I told him we were having a project launch, he knew what that meant. When the power went out and I had no cell service, he was the one who said, get in your car and go. Like, that means he's doing bedtime tonight without me. Like, I'm here with you guys. He's doing bedtime. And honestly, I believe that's one of the things that transformed my business, was including my spouse in the vision, being able to, share with my spouse our weekly paychecks, share with my spouse what I saw other, top leaders doing with their life. When Maria and her husband bought their game ranch and started building that dream, it was like, hey, we have a vision for something similar to that. Look what happened for them. And Maria's only been doing this for 8 years, so if you have a spouse, include them in this in whatever way you can. If you have a spouse who's actively promoting, that's awesome. But if you have a spouse who only understands, that you need a little bit of extra support on a night like tonight when we have a product launch, or there's a Zoom that you need to tune in, do that, include them. So I think let's get started. Let's just do a brief overview of the heat call. I'm not going to go into huge detail, you guys. Yes.
Hey, it's Chas. I just wanted to jump in real quick. You got the call. Lisa was panicking a little bit, so I just wanted to make sure you're running.
I got it.
Okay. I wanted to say congratulations, teams. Y'all are already at $180,000 in heat sales. So y'all are smashing this. So $180,000 in heat sales. When did it go live officially? I don't know what time zone.
45 minutes ago.
45 minutes ago. So it's y'all are killing it, crushing it. So thanks, Lydia, for handling this call. I'm excited to take some notes.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on heat, because I have a feeling that after the excitement dies down a little bit, some other top leaders will do calls or lives on their team pages specifically about what we learned on the call. However, I will tell you that, and make sure you guys are sending out your last minute reminders to your teams that Zoom is happening tonight. I do have 2 other top leaders that are going to be sharing their stories tonight. So you guys do want to get your teams on this. One of the things that Jason was talking about is that, that the nutraceuticals, health and wellness is a $1 trillion business. And the bottom line is that weight loss is king. In this industry, weight loss is king. We have a lot of amazing products that do a lot of amazing things, but even I needed to be reminded tonight, weight loss is king. That's what people want. They want to lose weight. The rest of our products are amazing. I'm not negating that, but we need to remember that a lot of people's goals, even if we personally don't necessarily have a huge weight loss transformation, we need to be sharing those things, because for a lot of people, that's what it boils down to. He was also mentioning the fact that our anchor in this company are the 3 steps. Okay, that is the anchor of our experience, is the 3 steps. However, heat is going to be a supplement to our supplements. Okay, so the anchor of our supplements are our 3 steps. The anchor will always be those 3 steps. However, heat is going to supplement those. It is not necessarily a standalone. That's what I picked up from that. I mean, I don't, those are the words from my mouth, not from Jason's, but the way that he was describing it, heat is not necessarily going to be a standalone product for people. It is meant to supplement the 3 steps. Essentially what heat is going to do. It's going to spike your metabolism again in the afternoon. It is not meant to be taken in the morning. You need to take it in the afternoon when you start to feel that slump. So, for me, it's around 4 o'clock. I may use this as a pre-workout. I'm going to give it a shot before I ride my indoor bike or before I go on a walk or whatever. But he was saying, when your body starts to tell you that you are declining in your energy level from what you got from your 3 steps in the morning, that's when you want to re-spike your metabolism and the thermogenesis in your body with heat. So this is going to be a great addition. And hello, $32 price point. Amazing. I will tell you guys one thing that I love about this company. Our company is not tone deaf. They hear what's happening in the room around them, in the world around them. And I honestly believe that one of the things that they've heard is that, budget is a serious thing for people. Budget can be hard for people. And I truly believe, I was shocked when we saw the price point for Chill. I was fully prepared to pay anywhere from like $40 to $60 for Chill, if not more. TAC, that was another one, the TAC DFT. I was prepared to pay a lot of money for those. And yet here we are, we're getting these products, product after product, that are really, really great price points for everyone, no matter where they are. And so, cheers to Lavelle for not being tone deaf and for understanding that, sometimes people need budget friendly products. This is a budget friendly product that your people who are already on the 3 steps can easily add without having to shell out a lot of money to get an enhanced experience with their Thrive journey. Okay, that's all I've got right now that I want to talk about for heat, because like I said, I think when we get through this first night tomorrow, a couple days after this, you guys are probably going to start seeing top leaders going live or doing Zooms, centering on heat. I keep looking out because there's a huge lightning storm happening in front of me. So that's kind of cool. There were a couple of things that Jason talked about as far as leadership that I thought were really on point. And hopefully those of you who are on the call took some notes on what he was talking about, because I really, really liked what he was saying. One of the quotes that I wanted to jump off with is, Jason learned this from one of his mentors many years ago. He didn't say who that was, but the quote was, "My people die from lack of knowledge." And essentially what that boils down to is we are responsible. If you hold any rank in this company, you have shown some initiative, right? Even if you just hit 4K, I don't care if you've been in for a year and you just now hit 4K, you are showing some initiative as a leader in this company. You want your business to grow. You want to show up. You want to grow a team. You want to grow a customer base. If we're going to do that, we have to create cultures of education and leadership and initiative within our organization, no matter how big or small our organization is. It doesn't matter if you only have one person underneath you who really has the hunger for this opportunity, or you have 5,000 people underneath you who have the hunger. We need to create cultures that people plug into. We need to teach people how to teach people, right? We need to create layered leadership, because people die from lack of knowledge, and we need to provide knowledge by getting them plugged into Zooms, by offering, lunch and grows, by offering work sessions, just getting people plugged into the trainings that are already available in your cloud office. You may be sitting there going, well, how do I do a Zoom if I only have one person underneath me? No one's saying that you need to do your own Zoom, but you have a cloud office that is full of training resources. I just sent someone who's fairly new on my team that direction today. Go find one of these trainings that's already in your cloud office and see what strikes your fancy. And she did. She went and found some great content on there. So whether you're brand new or whether you've been in this for 5 years, we have to keep providing knowledge and incentive to self-develop for our teams. One thing that he said, and I don't know if he meant for us to really pick up on this, but I picked up on it. Our company is designed for us to succeed. And we need to emulate that by designing our teams in a way that helps people succeed. This is a top to bottom thing. If the company is designing this company and our comp plan and our bonuses and our infinity fast starts and all of those things are designed for us to succeed, we need to replicate that. We need to design our teams with a culture of success that gives people the opportunity to succeed. Couple just brief announcements that they had. There's the detox is coming this fall. They're just nitpicking it right now, which is great because we will not put a product on the market that is not amazing. So they're nitpicking that. It should be out in the fall. We should have new shakes coming in the fall, if not sooner, new shake flavors, and possibly some dairy-free options, which would be really cool. And I don't know if you guys caught it on the call. Paul said that our shakes are actually our best-selling, our highest earner and in our product line. So what brings in the most amount of money are our shakes, which is incredible, because if you think about it, what's one of the biggest things that you hear from people when you're doing the 3-step spiel and they say, oh, I don't want to do a shake. Shakes are gross. I've tried every shake. Shakes are gross. What does that say about our shake if they're our number one seller? Our shakes are amazing. Our shakes are amazing. What does that say about our company if our shakes are the best seller? Like, our shakes rock. So exciting that we're going to get some new flavors. When Lisa asked us to do this call, she kind of just asked us to share a little bit about our story. So now that I've got the heat launch stuff out of the way, I'm going to change gears. And before I do that, actually drop a number 3 in the chat if you've already got your heat on the way. If you have already ordered heat, drop a 3 in the chat, and then I will get started on a new topic. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Lydia Gail. I am a 40K leader. I am most closely under Brittany Strike as my 200K leader. And I always like to say who my inspirations are in this business, because I think that says a lot about us, who we gravitate towards. So I would say my personal inspirations that I connect most closely to would be Chas. I just connect with Chas on a very deep level, Lisa on a money-making level, and then Maria Dillard on a vision level. I see myself in Maria Dillard's place in the next few years. That's just what I see. That's what I want. And those are leaders that I gravitate towards. I have been in this business for 2.5 years now. And one of the things that I like to focus on in my story are the fact that I was a huge, ugly, nasty skeptic. And not just the skeptic of like the thanks, no thanks variety. I was like the skeptic who was like publicly posting about, God, why do you guys keep talking about these stupid products that don't work? Like, this is ridiculous. Y'all are dumb. Like, why do you keep doing this? This is a scam. Like, no snake oil, please and thank you. But then also another part of my journey was the fact that I actually saw some initial success in my business, and then I stepped away. And I lost my business, and I had to come back and, reestablish myself as a Thrive promoter. So in the beginning, like I said, I was a huge, ugly, nasty skeptic. There were actually people in my family who had been Thrivers before. And this is absolutely hilarious to me. My husband used Thrive. He only did the capsules, but he used Thrive because there was someone in our family who was a promoter. My husband used Thrive and I didn't. Like, I was ordering it for him. And I was like, no, snake oil. Like, no, this is ridiculous. And so then I stopped ordering it for my husband, and he never said anything. And because he's just super busy. And so he's like, whatever, okay, if you're not going to order it for me. Then I had 2 babies within 2 years. And when my second baby was about a month old, I got hit really, really hard with postpartum stuff. and this is not at all a medical claim. I'm not saying that, but that's just where I was in my life. I was struggling very, very severely with postpartum. I hated my life. I did not want to be a mom. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I dreaded hearing the baby monitor in the morning. And, luckily my kids were always safe, always taken care of, fed, bathed, all of those things. However, I just hated my life. I hated it. And my poor husband was to the point where he was like, do I need to like commit you to a mental institution? Like, what do I need to do to help? I've done everything I can possibly think to help. Like, do you just need to like go get help somewhere else? And luckily it never got to that point. However, I had hit that rock bottom, and I saw an old high school friend post on her Facebook page that another old high school friend was sending her a sample of Thrive. And it was just this moment where it was like, how you have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. It was one of those moments where I was like, oh my gosh, am I really going to try this? Like, am I really going to try this? So I messaged the friend that was sending the samples and I said, hey, I think I want to try Thrive. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, you want to do what? Because she knew me, like she knew how I had been about this. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll send you a sample. You guys, she actually thought that she was wasting the sample. Like, she put it in the mail and she was like, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. She's just going to throw it in the trash. What a waste of my money. What a waste of my time. Like, Lydia's never going to use this. This is ridiculous. Why did I do that? Well, 3 days into the sample, I messaged her and I was like, hey, I just switched to a promoter and I got an $800 promoter kit. She's like, you did what? I'm sorry, what? And the rest is history. But you guys, I wasn't even a day one thriver. I really wasn't. I would say when I had that sample, the only thing that got me was I felt a smidge better, and it was simple. It was simple. That was honestly the thing that got me. It was simple, and the shake tasted really good. Come to think of it, that's my favorite part, was the shake tasted really good. And I felt a smidge better. I probably didn't really start to see major changes until probably day 15. And then my husband started to notice around like day 30, that something had changed. But it was enough of a change that I was like, why not? Why not? If it's free to join, I'm going to use the products anyway. I'm just going to get this kit, because if it can make me feel better, it might make other people feel better. And so I'm just going to go for it. So I came in, I gained some success. I actually got really, really close to 12K at one point when I first started. However, here's the thing, you guys, I was the person who didn't think that I needed a team. I had no interest in building a team. I thought I could do it all myself. And that's how I've been my whole life. That was something, that's a personality thing that I had to work on. And I'm still working on it, that I cannot do it all myself. However, when I first joined this business, that's what I thought I could do. And so all I did was build out. I didn't build up, I built out. And so I would sign customers and I'd leave them. I'd sign customers and I'd leave them. I was signing customers left and right. And I had no customer retention. At one point, you guys, I had a personal volume of like $10,000 for a month. But guess what? It didn't last. It didn't last. I had signed a couple people who joined as promoters that were in it. I have one of those people who is still with me today. One of the people that I signed as a promoter, aside from my husband, who is still with me today. And I'm so thankful that she is still with me, because she went through all the ups and downs of my terrible leadership. So in October of 2019, yep, I got pregnant with my third child, and I was very, very sick. And I could not do my 3 steps. I was physically ill. Even if I wanted to do my 3 steps, I could not do my 3 steps. And I used that as an excuse to just kind of quit. And so for that entire, oh gosh, it was probably like 4 months, I was absent. There were other leaders who had to step into my team chats.
All right. Well, I think we lost Lydia. Hopefully she'll come back. But I think, Michelle, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. All right. We're going to go. Is she back? No. Okay. So we're going to go to you now. And then if she comes back, then we can go back to Lydia. But if you could just tell us a little bit about your story and then what you wanted to discuss tonight, that'd be great.
Okay, so I'm Michelle Roberts. I'm obviously a Lavelle brand promoter. Oh my gosh, I'm a little bit nervous. This was short notice, but when somebody says step up, I've learned that you step up. So here we are. I want to like back up what she said about the vision. So I was not going to attend the lifestyle getaway in Vegas just for personal reasons. And when I got on the call tonight and I heard Drew talking about it and he said, no excuses, I literally was like, face palm, I have to go. And so it looks like my plans are
Guys,
changing
I'm
again.
back if it matters.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I'm back, but I can be quiet.
Can you hear her, Dani?
No, I can't. Just go ahead, Michelle. I think she's.
Okay.
Can't hear me.
No, you're choppy, so I'm just going to keep rolling. Okay. So anyhow, what I was saying is I'm going to go now. I'm figuring it out because that's, you know, just kind of what we do as business owners. So that when he said that, I thought like, you know, I thought about that when she was talking about the vision. She used a little bit of a different example, but if the CEOs and the president of this company is saying, don't miss this, you need to be there, then I need to be there. No excuses. So I just wanted to kind of start with that. Okay, so my story is a little bit different than everyone else's. The number one thing that I hear the most when I jump on a Zoom or when I'm on, you know, a three-way chat or at a gathering or whatever is, I was so skeptical. I hear that all the time. Literally, like I feel like 95 to 98% of the people say that. And my story is different because I was desperate. I was not looking for this. I was in a different company at the time, but I was not happy. But I wasn't looking for this product. I'm 45 years old. So I've done pretty much everything under the sun that you can think of to feel better, lose weight, get healthy. I've done it all. And I kind of just thought that, you know, I'm a mom, so I'm tired, you know what I mean? But I was in a very dark place in my life before Thrive found me. And when it came across my page, what stood out to me, you know, from the person who was sharing about it was that she had all these things that I didn't have. And it wasn't the car and it wasn't the trips. Yeah, I noticed that, but it was the smile, the energy, and just this glow about her and this happiness that she had that I didn't have. And it caught my eye and I was like, okay, what is this stuff that this girl won't shut up about? You know, like if you're shouting Thrive loud and proud from the rooftops, like, you know, most of us do, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But so I kind of watched her and I was like very intrigued just by her energy level and whatnot. So we connected, I got a sample, and literally day one, I remember drinking I took the capsules, I got in the shower, I got out, I mixed up my shake. It was actually my birthday. As soon as I took a drink of that chocolate lifestyle mix, I knew right away, it was like a light bulb went on. I knew that something was different about this product. It tasted different, like nothing I had ever had before. And I was like, okay, what is this? So I slap on my DFT, I go out, I meet my friends, and I was, like I said, I was in a really dark place in my life. And so I was very moody. I was very tired. I mean, melancholy. Like I was just not a pleasant person to be around. So jump to a couple hours into this day one, and I'm with my friends, and I didn't really notice anything about the way that I felt, but they did right away. They were like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're not grumpy. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel pretty good, but I don't know. I tried this new thing called Thrive, and they're like, well, we want some. So I was a day one thriver. I am going to share this part of my journey just because I think it's really important for people who come in and say, like, nobody wants this, nobody will buy this, nobody, will even talk to me about it. You guys, I didn't sign a promoter for 5 months. And I'm talking the closest people to me. I was signing customers, quite a few of them actually, but not one person would, quote, join my team. And by this time, I kept going because I knew what I had my hands on, because 5 months in, I was feeling really, really good. And I just kept sharing, and I just kept talking about it, and I just kept bugging the people that were closest to me. And had I given up because nobody would join my team, I would not be where I'm at in so many different ways, not just financially, but the relationships that this has brought in to my life and to everyone, on our team's life it's just mind blowing. I can't even say enough about how I get to watch, girls on our team make best friends. And it's just phenomenal. It's really, really amazing. And it's a big blessing. But the reason why I got into this industry is because I was removed from a job that I held my entire life at a family business after my mother passed. And working from home sounded good, but having something that I could call my own, that was up to me to create it and build it, and nobody could take it away from me, is why I took this avenue. My father was an entrepreneur. He was a business owner. So I learned about time freedom and things like that my whole life. I literally grew up, watching him build a business from the ground up. But I didn't know like that I could do that myself. I always worked for him. And so, when the opportunity presented itself here, in this industry, here I was, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can call it my own. Other people, can come on, we can do this together. And, that's what's happened. It's grown into something really big. I was in a couple other companies before Lavelle, and I did all the things, but I didn't find very much success. A small amount, maybe in the first one. The second one was not good at all. And I put time in, but it just wasn't going anywhere. And so when Lavelle fell into my lap, and I caught on to exactly why our compensation plan is better, obviously our product is better, I will stand behind that forever. I've never had anything like this product. But when I caught on to that, it caused me to stay through the rough times. Like, our team is really, really big. I'm blessed. There's a bunch of other people, amazing leaders within my organization. I could go on and on about them all day. Like, it's just a huge blessing. I don't even know. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but you guys, if you're struggling, don't quit. Like, don't quit. We have something that people really, really need, and that can take them many places in their life, whether that's just for their health journey or a financial journey or, you know, a relationship journey, whatever it is that they're looking for, we have that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Dani. That's all I got.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love your story. We have a lot in common. In the beginning, I'm going to tell a little bit about my story that most of you have probably heard, but and then I'm going to go into something that I'm really kind of passionate about, and something I've been, you know, really talking to my team about lately, and doing kind of research on a lot as well. And my story started the end of March of 2017. I was in a really tough spot. I was with, you know, a company before this, and I didn't find a lot of success. You know, it was bought success that we couldn't maintain. And we were in the red every month. I felt like a burden to my family financially because we were paying out more than what we were getting in. And something had to give. And I had just like daily, I was watching this woman I had met once, and her name is Jamie Pekka. You might know her. She's amazing. So I followed her. I met her once. We became Facebook friends. We were in the same company previously together. And I just saw such a big change in her, you know, just how happy she was, excited, talked about the business, talked about the product, how, you know, much more present of a mom she was, and just how much fun she was having. And I sat there and I'm like, wow. So I reached out to her and I said, first of all, I'm not leaving my company, but I need to hear your spiel. Was my exact words to her. And we got on the phone together and she told me about the products. She told me about the business side of it, the compensation plan. And my first words out of my mouth were, how does the company make money if they pay so well? And she's like, I don't know how they do, but they do. So it took me a few days just to kind of talk with Mark. We talked about it. We thought about it. We prayed on it. And we came to the conclusion that we had nothing left to lose. We had nothing to lose. We were, you know, like I said, in the red every month with the company. And it was either me go find a job outside of the home or just take one last chance on trying this and still be a present mom every day to my girls. And so that's what we did. We jumped in, bought the 400 pack. So I never even tried the product before I became a promoter because I saw the business side. I saw the vision, like Michelle was talking about. I saw, you know, how, you know, so this is over 4 years now. And I saw like the vision of this company. If the products worked half as well as she explained them, I knew that this was just going to just be such an amazing opportunity for us. So we jumped right in, and I was definitely a day one thriver when we finally got the products. And, you know, it was just such an amazing feeling to feel, because I was an Olympic napper. Every day I was taking my nap, make sure my girls got to school, and I would take a nap in the afternoon, make sure I set my alarm to make sure I was up with enough time to make it look like I did something around the house and get my girls from school. And my first day, I went down to take a nap and I couldn't fall asleep. And I was so mad. I'm like, oh, this is what I do. I take a nap. I love my naps. But I got up and I did laundry. I cleaned the house. This is something that I don't do. But, you know, I felt good. I had this energy, but it wasn't like a nervous or jittery energy. It was just like, I wanted to just do more. I felt good, right? When you feel good, you want to do good. So that's my story. It's been over 4 years with the products, and with the business side of it. We came in and I hit VIP 800 on my 14th day because I signed Mark up to be a promoter. So by the skin of my teeth, I hit VIP 800, missed VIP 1600, but 7 days later, I signed someone that was local to me, who was with my previous company, who I reached out, who was on my chicken list. She was on my chicken list because she had success with our previous company. And I reached out to her. I got her on a 3-way with Jamie Pekka and signed her up. The day she signed up, I went 4K. So I went from on day 14, missing just by the skin of my teeth, getting VIP 800, missing VIP 1600, 7 days later, hitting 4K. Then 6 days later, I hit 12K. So in 28 days, so it's like 7 days later. So 28 days, I hit 12K. And I actually didn't really know what that meant at the time because we kind of like went kind of fast. And I just remember we hit it on our way down to our first conference. And I just remember getting there and people congratulating me. And I'm just like, oh, thanks. You know, I didn't really understand what that meant, how huge that that rank is. And 90 days, we went 40K. And then 18 months it took for us to go 80. We're still at 80. But we have such an amazing team. So that's my story. And I kind of wanted to go into that with the vision side stories. Because I think that my passion is stories. I think everybody comes in. Oh, thanks, Lacey. I think I've said my story so many times, you know, you can like say it in your sleep now, right? You know, everybody comes in with this because of a story, whether that's a story of how someone else felt on our products. It's a story of how the opportunity has changed someone's life. Because stories, they get you excited. They give you hope. They give you, you know, start thinking about your dreams and your goals and, you know, just by someone else's story, right? So stories is what's going to bring people in, bring them to you. You know, whether it's your product side and how the products have made you feel, or the business side and what it's done for you and your family. And that's, you know, how, like when I have people that come to me and they're like, oh, Dani, my business isn't growing. No one's interested, you know, whatever it may be, I'll go to their Facebook page and I'll be like, I don't see, you have not told your story, whether it's in a Facebook post, whether it's a live, whether it's on a story in your Facebook or Instagram stories. You guys, it is so important to tell your story. And I hear sometimes, well, I don't have one. Yes, you do. You have a story of why you got started. You have a story about how you feel on the products because you're still taking them every day. You have a story about what your goals are and what you want to achieve. So you tell your story. Your story is the most powerful tool you have in this business. It's how you are passionate. It's how you are excited. It's in you telling that is what's going to get other people to want to join you and start with you and feel excited too, right? So that's how I got started. I was listening to Jamie Pekka's story, and that's also the reason why we have all these stories and testimonies on the Lavella Brand Facebook page. Use those too, because, you know, my story might not resonate with Sally Joe across the street, but guess what? Michelle Roberts might. Her story might resonate with her. You know, so you use other people's stories. That's also a good way to get them into 3-ways as well for potentials. But hearing other people's stories as well, right? Sidelines, getting to know your downline stories, your upline stories. So stories is what is going to get people to join you. Sorry, I have some notes here. I think that's what I have. Oh yeah, so your story. So promoters, oh my gosh, guys. So like I said, people say my business isn't growing. You have to go with stories and signing promoters. If your business is stagnant, if it's not growing, your personal business, if you are going backwards, you have to sign promoters. And so going back, I kind of went and a little bit, I have like a squirrel mentality here. You know, so I'll go to their page and I'll be like, okay, well, you have not told your story. You have not gone live. And that's what's going to get people to want to join. Have you talked about the business opportunity? Have you talked about why you started the business side of it? Because you want more people to feel amazing. You want people, you know, to get out of, you know, whatever financial situation that they're in, or you want to help them, you know, better themselves or whatever it may be. But it all leads back to stories. Okay. I know I keep going over and over that, but so promoters is where your business is going to grow. We can sign customers all day long, and that's amazing. And that's, you know, our best promoters are our customers. So you also have to make sure that you're talking to your customers, you know, especially the ones that are constantly buying every month on auto ship, or either just talk about how much they love the product, but maybe they can't afford it. You know, let's sign them up as promoters and let's get their product for free. They can do that as a customer as well, but they love the product so much. Let's have them share it, share their stories, right? Like I said, it all comes back to sharing your story. So, trying to think what else here. So, you know, you have to, you know, we all see the vision. That's why we're here. We see the vision of the company. We see the vision of the product. You know, so you have to portray that. Oh, thanks, Kim. You have to, you know, portray that and show that to everybody. You know, so Chaz, are you still on here?
I have a couple things too, unless she wants to go ahead. I have a couple things I want to say too.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead,
Chaz, if you're.
Oh, I'm here, but I'm loving listening to y'all. Dani, I just have to edify you right now. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the in love marriage vibe, but your just countenance and everything is just like super just calm and confident. And I'm like, who is this woman? And more than her. So confident here. So I'll jump in. Y'all are killing. Just keep on crushing.
Well, I think that, you know, it's been a while since I've been on a Zoom, since I've told my story. You know, I think that, you know, we kind of get into a comfortable place and we get busy, but I think that it's, you know, last week I got onto an opportunity event last Thursday, and it kind of like sparked something back into me. So, you know, I am passionate about this. I'm passionate about products. I'm passionate about the business side of it, you know, and helping people. So, yeah, I know that when Lisa was looking for people to help out tonight, I knew this is really what I wanted to talk about. So thanks, Chad.
I think it's super important that people hear that side of it, though, that we have to keep our flame lit, that we have to continue to share our story, that we can, you know, we can get complacent, we can get stagnant. And by getting on an opportunity Zoom, somebody that leads our organization and has been in for a hot minute, that you still need to rekindle that flame. So thank you for being transparent with that, because we get into a place where we don't share our story. And then we're like, oh, does my story really matter? It always matters because it's your story. So I'm going to pass it back to Michelle because I'm.
Yeah, I totally agree with all that. So I just wanted to share something. Me and a couple of other girls on our team, we took like a short girls trip and we went to Seattle. And we were there and we were just walking around doing our thing. And we went to the Space Needle and we had an ice cream cone. We wanted soft serve when we got there. And so we found some and we got this ice cream cone. And there was a girl, like literally within probably 6 feet of us, who was selling cheesecake. And we're sitting there eating our ice cream cone. And she was talking to us and chatting with us. And something kept telling me, like, talk to her, bring it up. Because I'm not going to lie, you guys, I'm almost 3 years into promoting. Next month will be 3 years. And I still get nervous belly to belly. Sometimes it's easy. And sometimes I get nervous. And anyway, so someone or something just kept telling me, bring it up. And so I said, hey, do you have Facebook? And she was like, yeah, but I'm never on it. And then I just dropped the ball because my nerves got the best of me. And so we walked outside and I said to one of the girls that I was with, Jennifer, she had mentioned something about it too. And I was like, it's weird how we get nervous, you know, when the girl was totally chatting with us. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, and I have samples in my backpack. So anyhow, we walk outside and we're sitting on this like rock area and we're talking. And then Jennifer's like, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. She comes back out about 10 minutes later and she's like, I got it. She went back to the girl. She talked to her and the girl had all these things. I'm not going to really mention exactly what they were because honestly, I don't remember specifically, but she had all these things that Thrive could help with. And I'm like, see, and then it clicked in my mind right then, like, how selfish am I? I'm nervous. I'm scared to bring it up. And this girl needs what we have. And so I just want to encourage anybody who is out and about all the time and maybe in a situation like that, like, it's not about our fears. It's about their needs. And it kind of was just like a light bulb moment for me. I'm like, oh, am I really loud and proud? Am I really? And I thought of you, Chastity, when I've been with you places before, when you're like, oh, see her right over there. Are you going to talk to her or am I? And I don't know. It's just, it kind of made me feel, I don't want to like talk derogatory about myself, but I felt kind of like dumb and kind of selfish because here I am with a solution and I'm too scared to share it. Like that's wrong. You know what I mean? And so when I'm out and about now, I think about that and I probably won't miss another opportunity to help someone else. I just wanted to share that. But kudos to Jennifer Redwine for grabbing that info.
Yes, yes. And I have to say that, you know, the thing is that we all have our levels of comfort zone. Some people are really good on social media. Some people are good face to face. And once you realize that you have to shift that mentality, it's like bringing that thought captive. So for me, anytime I'm intimidated or I'm nervous about introducing the product to someone, I immediately have a stereo playing in my head and it says, what if?
Oh, we lost her. Hopefully she'll come back. One story I do want to tell about Belly to Belly with Chaz. We were at a leadership getaway in Montreal, Jamie Pecca's leadership getaway, leadership retreat. And we were all at like the ski resort. And we had someone taking a group photo of us. And Chaz did the same thing. She's like, who's got their business card to give to her? And like, we all were like, and she's like, I got it. And she went over, started talking to her and gave her her business card. So, you know, she kind of like showed us up. She was the big dog of the group and she showed us up. But she showed us what to do, right? And not to be afraid and to go for it. And you guys, you can't be embarrassed. You have to be hungry for this and you have to be willing. Like, I think if you, I think most of you do have like an 8-to-5 job, or you're passionate about something. You're passionate about knitting, or you're passionate about your 8-to-5 job. And if someone asks you about it, you're not gonna be like, oh, well, you know, it's okay. I work there Monday through Friday. And no, like, oh my gosh, I love my job, or I love knitting. I just needed this scarf. So why are we afraid? And we clam up, we go into ourselves when they ask us about our DFTs, or when we see on Facebook that someone has constant headaches, or they're so tired because they have, you know, a house full of children, or whatever it may be. Why do we clam up? Why are we afraid to talk about something we are so passionate about? Why are we're doing a disservice to them by not bringing what we have to their attention. So don't clam up, be strong about your products, feel good about it, share it. So yes, brave. Thank you. I couldn't think of that word, brave. So be brave, you guys, be excited, So when you talk to other thrivers about it, we're excited and we like to share our stories. You should be like that with everybody. So, so I want to thank all of you for being on tonight. It was so good of us three to be able to tell our stories, tell a little bit about, things that we're passionate about in this business. We have Heat that just was released. I hope everybody got theirs. I saw all the threes that people put in the comments. And go out and talk about this new product. Talk about all the products, but especially this new product, because you guys, we're coming out of summer. We're going into fall and winter, and people, they got ready for summer. I got their hot summer bodies, right? We want to maintain that, or we want to get healthier and feel better and have more energy. So, this heat is something that, definitely can help everybody. So go talk to everybody about heat, the 3 steps, whatever you're passionate about, your favorite product, talk about the business opportunity, tell your stories. I want you guys to go and tomorrow tell your stories, whether it's a live, you write it out, guys, send it into the Lavelle Brand Facebook page. Oh my gosh, if you haven't done that, it's been a hot minute, do it.
Hey, Dani, I'm going to share something real quick before y'all hop off. So as I was driving today, I was thinking, because my Boost sells like wildfire for me, especially in the fall season. And with everything that we have going on, I'm trying to come up with a creative name. I'm going to put these little kits together. I'm very, I love to tap my teachers. I love to do fall things, but I am going to put a Boost, a Rest, a Chill, a, oh gosh, COVID braid. What is that? What is that DFT?
Recharge. Recharge.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I love y'all. Recharge. And I'm going to put it in a little kit, and I have to come up with something. It can't be, a terminology that could be, tokened as a, that I'm claiming that it's going to cure the flu or COVID or anything like that. But I'm coming up with a cute little name so that I can put that like booster pack or something together. And I'm going to market the crap out of that, because we're hearing so much about people being sick, going to get sick. Let's be proactive. And so it's just something I'm trying to come up with a cute name. If y'all steal my idea, I might steal your cute name, just saying. But I want you guys to think outside the box. We're focused on heat right now, but don't just stay there. Remember, Boost is a big one coming into the fall seasons, resting and zinking and doing all the things to our, our immunities and staying strong. So don't forget, don't get hyper focused. Chill is still like the bomb. So put some kits together and call, yes, survival pack. Yes. Ooh, I might take that. And, put like some little, Coast Guard, or whatever it is, a little thing on the thing, and make it creative and market that, share that with people. Let them know that you love that product. And here's what you're going to share with them. Before we go, Dani, I had to just say, guys, I never get to where, I know the girls said they have seen me sharing and that sort of thing. Today, true story, we not only blew out 1 tire on the trip, we blew out 2. So 2 flat tires, side of the road, and literally one of the vehicles we were in is the Rubicon, and I carry the little ducks around. And a fellow duck Jeep person pulled over and just said, she said, Jeep people take care of Jeep people. And so she pulled over. Pat, this actually was all on Pat, but it's because we've created these habits. He gave out 2 ducks, 2 people stopped to see if we were okay. And then we happened to have a mini experience in the back. And so that mini experience went out to the trailer, the crew that came out. There was a girl, and she was actually from the area that we were from. She's moved to this area. So be prepared in season and out. You never know when someone woke up this morning and said, I just want things to be different. And you're the difference maker that walks into the grocery store, that walks into their school, that walks into their church, whatever it is. You're the difference maker. It's in your hand. And I know my Wi-Fi cut out, but I was going to say, if I get to the point where I am shy or timid or embarrassed, because I still get that, I always think, what if Amber would not have introduced me to this product? Where would I be? I'd be in corporate America, 9 to 5, blessed as can be, but I am so thankful for the options that I have, and those are options that you have. I am no different than you, except for that I'm a girl that believed I could. I'm a girl that believed that my past would not determine my future. So get out there. Do not ever be embarrassed of options and opportunities that you can offer to others. So team, Dani, Michelle, Lydia, you ladies are amazing. This is layered leadership and stepping in and being that backbone for Lisa when she needed to be with her kiddo. So thank y'all for being amazing. So Dani, I'll pass it back.
I have a name. Wait. Sir Thriver. Instead of Survivor, Sir Thriver.
I'm going to put all of these in a pile, and I'm going to try to market all of these.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Come back and join us next Thursday, same time, same number. Have an amazing night and the rest of your week. Thank you so much. Good night.